through relay. So relay will pick up and it will generate the 110 volt and it will give to the field. So the solenoid valve will get operated. Okay. Here I will show you the now interconnection between Jetha 1 and Jetha 2 with Jetha 3. Sorry. RO1, 2 with RO3. So RO1 and RO2 is already interconnected here. And now we are communicating with RO1 to RO3. So for that purpose again we go for the fiber optic cable, multi-mode cables. Now this is the now this is the RO3 plant configuration and RO1 and RO2. So RO1 and RO2 is already interlinked. Now we will link it with RO3 also. So what will happen? You can see all the network, all the operations and all the graphics, logics, everything can be controlled from here also. You can operate everything from your existing plant. Otherwise you can shift here. You can operate all your existing plant from here also. So both the side operation is available now. You can operate your existing plant from new plant also and new plant from existing plant also. Both sides is possible right now.
دقيقة طبعا حيكون في ربط. الربط بالنسبة للربط في الR1 وR2 كده موجودة في الR1 موجودة في آخر اللي هناك موجود بس جاهزة إنه نوصلوها مع R3. R3 طبعا R3 لما نروح على الريلي كابينت حتشوفون مكان اللي هو الكونكشن حق R1 وR2. R1 وR2 كده اوريدي موجوده في الكنترول روم. R1 كده اوريدي موجوده بس هم بيعملوا توصيل ما بين R1 وR2 R1 قصدي R3 وR1 وR2 ويصير كل الكنترول في مكان واحد اللي هو في R3. يصير التشغيل R1 وR2 وR3 من مكان واحد في غرفة التحكم في R3. فهي كده جاهزة يعني ريدي بس اللهم انه يعني هذه حتكون في الفيوتشر يعني بيسووها بس النقاط التوصيل اوريدي كده موجودة حتشوفونها في R3.
ممكن يتحكم في
هي تتحكم في كل شيء.
لا من R1 يتحكم في R2.
ايوه والعكس صحيح نعم.
عن طريق الالياف البصرية.
ايوه هو عن طريق الالياف البصرية كل شيء.
But we can set the security definition here using your domain server. Again you can set the security definition that you cannot operate any plant from here, you cannot operate any plant from here, other plants. Maybe some problem comes if somebody operates your RO3 plant from RO2. So that security settings we can do it in all the workstations. If needed, we can enable the settings and you can operate the plant.
اتحكم في كنترول روم مثلا اقفل على مثلا
ايوه كانك جالس في كنترول روم R1 وR2
قصدي بقى
شاشه واحده
الشاشات هذه حنعمل لها ترانسفير هناك عادي.
بس يقول لك انا اتحكم مثلا اللي في R1 اتحكم في R2 و 3 ايش يقدر يفتح ويشغل.
لا ب R3 ما لك علاقه فيه بس R1 وR2 ايوه
اقدر اشغل في R2 كمان من R1.
ايوه تشغل انت دحين تشغل من اي مكان. هو الان ايش يسوي؟ بيعمل ترانسفير للكيبل هذا من R1 وR2 للR3. R3 كانك جالس في R1 وR2 يعني تعمل تشغيل تسوي كل حاجه.
بس ما تقدر كل محطه مستقله.
كل محطه مستقله.
هذا قصده الشاشه.
لا الشاشات مستقله وكل شيء مستقل. اوكي. مستقله ايوه.
Here I will show you the graphic standards which we used here. Normal the standards, in all the graphics you can see the text display in this manner. It will be the style, TAMO and regular 20. These are the default style we used for all the text in the graphics. So all graphics will follow this same type of text displays and the line will be the 5 pixel line. And alarm configuration and the normal configuration. Normally when you see some values from field like your level transmitter value or the temperature, like the transmitter values will be displayed in this manner. It will be in a green color and there will be no background. Here we will show the unit. And if there is any alarm in the transmitter, like low alarm, high alarm, something comes, it will be in the yellow color, like this. And it will show you the value, what was the value. And we have the different priority of alarms. Alarms can be like, this is important, this is not important. So it can be like that. Some low alarm, it is just to alert the operator, and low, it will get the trip. So that kind of configuration. If low means it is high priority alarm. So we show it as a yellow. And just low alarm, it is to alert the operator. That kind of alarms will come in this color, so orange. And we have gray. This is very, very rare condition, like your some interlocks happen, it is trip. So one interlock happened because of the transmitter, but the pump tripped. So the pump will be in this color, gray color. This is low priority alarm. We can call it as low priority alarm. We used for the gray colors. And if the alarm is not acknowledged, it will be shown in the blinking. It will be keep on blinking. All the alarms will be blinking. So once it is acknowledged, it will get stable. And we use the many places we use out of service, in service. This is for the DMO filters we used. Filters we will put in service and out of service. So these all I will show you in the graphics in the next session. And the alarm presentation for the digital signals. This is for the analog signals, transmitter values, and this is for the digital signals. Your like your switch is low or high, pressure switch low, pressure switch high. So that kind of signals will be, text will be here. Instead of the value, we will write the text and the same alarm configuration and the priority configuration. And next, we have the pump design. This normally for the, this is the off condition for the pump, and this is the on condition. Sorry, this is the IDF. And this, when it is running condition, you will get the red color, and if normal condition, you will stop condition, you will get the white with background. Sorry, green. And here also we have the alarm priority. If it trips, the pump normally in running condition, if you are getting some alarms, you will get this kind of indication. And in stop, like your emergency push button is pressed in the field, so and pump is not started, it is in safer, you press the emergency condition or emergency push button always. So in that condition, you will get this kind of color. Means your emergency push button is pressed, you need to release and you start the pump. In that manner, this will be. And the same have the your priority, but this is not used here, only used only this yellow color we use for the pumps. And the graphics, your operator display will be divided into three major parts. One is your alarm line, your application bar, and the second one will be your display and the status bar. So application bar, you will have all these details, area wise alarms, this is called alarm bar, and the alarm line, this is full planned, what is the latest alarm that will be displayed here in this one line. And each and every area wise you will get the alarms list in the bar. If you click, it will show you the alarm list. And you have some tools here like trend, print, options, overview tools. These all tools we have it here. And the area display will show you the graphics. All the graphics will be here. And the status bar. This status bar will be used for your engineering, or like your engineers has to monitor this one. If you get any alarm from here, then this is for the engineer's alarm. Means something is your server is getting failed, or some transmitter in the field is getting failed. Communication error, not the alarm, not the process type alarm. This is the engineering type alarm, and it is will be displayed here, system wise alarms. Like your server is failed, controller is going down, your one cable is cut somewhere. So this kind of system wise alarms will be displayed here. Status bar. And this is the faceplate standards. We have two different view for the each and every faceplates. One is the standard view and the extended view. So here, for example, I put the controller faceplate. So in the standard view, you will get all these mode indications. So whether it is in auto mode or manual mode or the external set point mode. So and these values, process value, set point value, and the output. So this all the first priority things, everything will be shown in the standard one. And if you want more explanation about that particular control valve, then you can go for the extended view. There you will have some different settings, setting tabs, alarm tabs. So here setting tabs you can normally set, this is for the configuration of your PID controller, tuning parameters will be displayed here, and the alarms for the live trend, not the historian one, this one is the live trend. Now what is the trend, that will show be here, and the limits or alarm limits will be displayed here. So some extra settings will be shown in the extended one. Now this is the display in the graphics. So each and every object in the graphics that will have the standard display. Left side indicator, right side indicator, and the middle indicator. So each will give you the some description for the operators. Like in the left side we have the indicators like local, safety mode, manual mode, stop mode. So all these modes will be changed here. If it is in manual mode, it will show like this. If it is in auto mode, it will be a different indication, and the manual mode, I will show you the different type of indication in the next slide. But this kind of indication will be shown in the left side of this object. And the right side will be your simulation mode, disable alarms, operator node. This will be indicate if operator selects a simulation mode, like you forced some value from the engineering station. So, but operator should know this value is forced by seeing the graphics. He should know this is the simulated value, not the value from field. So for that you will get the indication here, simulated indication. This is not the simulated indication, I will show you, but this is alarm inhibited indication. But here you will get the simulated indication. So the operator can easily come to know, no, this is not a direct value coming from the field. This is simulated from the engineering station. So that information will be in the right side of this one. So now for example here I show you the alarm disable, like some transmitter is giving malfunction, continuously it is updating in the alarm list, we don't want this alarm. So you want to bypass that alarm, you want to block that alarm. So operator have the provision to do that one. So if you do like this, you will get the symbol like this. So you can remember in the future, yes, we have blocked this alarm, we need to remove. So that kind of information will be available here. If you have some operator note to write for other shift, maybe you are doing something in that particular pump and you want to write some guidance to the next shift guys. So you can write, you will have the operator note in the faceplate and you can write, and here you will show you the operator note symbol. So the operator next shift who is coming and he can check the object, what is the problem, what here you are writing, command you write, so that he can be able to see.
Again, please this point. No, normal user he can write any comments?
Yes, of course. Normal user, like your operator, he can write anything.
In the same example of the valve or any pump or anything?
Yes, if you click this object, you will get the faceplate, right? So in faceplate you have the option called operator node.
شوف
I will.
معلش المنطقة هذه أحيانا تعمل لها كليك لما يكون عندي مثلا لفت حق السينتيك، اللفت سينتيك عندي مثلا على اساس انه ما ابغى يجيني لو فجأة، فقام حط له ايش؟ سيموليشن يعني عمل باي باس زي ما تقولوا عليه انتم، باي باس جمبر، فهذا السيموليشن انا ليش حطيته في المنطقة هذه او في الليفل هذا او في البريشر هذا على اساس انه انا ما يصير عندي تربيل او يصير عندي مشكلة في المحطة، ففي لما اضغط مرتين يجيني صفحة صغيرة كذا اكتب فيها التاج نمبر كذا، السواتر كذا، المكان الفلاني كذا، عليه جمبر او عليه سيموليشن، شايف؟ بيصير اللي بعدك الورديه اللي بعدك او اللي بعدك لما يجي يطالع ليش هذا، بدل ما يروح يسال الرئيس الورديه او يسال حق الصباح، يبدا اوريدي مسجل عنده في ريكورد. اوكي؟
هذا مو موجود في
لا موجوده في الار 1 موجوده في ار 3 موجوده.
بس ما استخدمتوها.
لا استخدموها. شوف الشباب عندك كل يستخدموها.
And the center indication, here we will show you the off indication or running indication. If there is an intermediate, means there is no on feedback, no off feedback, the valve is in intermediate position. So that kind of symbols will be showed in the center of the object. So here you will get the display. And these are the different type of displays will be used here. In this center, we will use this different type of displays. Here I will show you. If the pump is in on condition, you will get the color like this. This is the off condition of the pump. And for the valve is not having any open feedback or it is not having any closed feedback. It is in intermediate position. So that kind of things will be shown like this. And this is the indication for running to open. So you have the red color mark and it is
fully open.
It is no. It is going to open. There is no open feedback right now, but it is going to open. Now this is going to close. Close. You have the arrow mark here. So, but if you don't have the arrow mark, then it is like it is already open. It is already closed. And this is the selected one. If you select any object in the graphics faceplate, you will get the selected mark like this. 4 corners you will have the mark like this. So you can know which one is selected in the faceplate. And this is the bad quality. So if any transmitter is disconnected, you will get the bad quality symbol like this. You will not get any values and you will get the symbol like this. And for the pump, suppose if pump is running with alarm, you will get the indication like this. If it is off condition, and this is the priority, second priority alarms. I am not talking about the first priority. First priority will be the yellow color and the second priority alarms will be this color. In the stop condition and the running condition.
Third condition also this color?
No, trip condition is grey color. Grey, third priority colors. This is tripped, but because of what tripped? Maybe the transmitter will show you the first priority alarm, yellow color. Because of the transmitter value, the pump is tripped. So the transmitter, which was the reason, that will show you in the yellow color.
الأصفر.
And the selection one, this is to know maybe some 2 pumps or 3 pumps are there. So which one is selected for running? So the number will be shown like this. And this is for the auto changeover. Auto changeover, like in Siva, suppose in we have it in a filter water pumps. We have 3 pumps, and something will be, there is an option for auto changeover. If something trips, the other one will get start. This is the standby mode. And for auto configuration, auto changeover, if the flow is getting more, like your let me talk about your seawater intake supply pumps. If the flow is more than 9,300, normally you will run with 1 pump. If the flow goes more than 9,300, the next pump should start automatically. So for that purpose, we use this kind of indications. So here you can select which one you want to start next if the flow increase. If you have the requirement of the flow, additional pumps, which one you are going to start. That kind of selections you can do like this.
So what about the flow reduce?
Flow reduce, the last one which is started, you selected pump 3, this is started now. So if the flow reduce, again this same pump will stop. Again, what was the last pump started, that will get stopped. So this is in manual. There we have 2 different modes, manual mode and the auto mode. So manual mode, what will happen, there will not be any changes. Manual mode, it will not work with your flow. And the auto mode only will work with your flow. So you need to keep all the time the changeover. If you want auto, you need to keep it in auto mode.
Yeah.
So the pump will start automatically if there is any flow requirement. And the binary memory. So this is same like on off some switches. Maybe the PLC. Here we have the 3 PLCs. Your screening water system, electro coordination system, and one is the wastewater treatment system. So these three things is normally have the inbuilt PLC systems. This PLC is also our we have the signals in our DCS. Here maybe in old plant, can you operate the PLC signals from DCS?
For the R1?
Yes.
No.
No. But here we gave the provision that you can operate the PLC things from DCS also. Operation can be done from the DCS. So the operation can be done from the PLC also and from the DCS also. So there is no need of the dedicated operator in front of the PLC. So the DCS can take over the job. So for that purpose we use the Profibus communication. Again the PLC communication we used for the Profibus.
How it is connecting? Through Profibus to where? To workstation?
Profibus to not the workstation. We have the Profibus marshalling panel. I showed you two panels in the RO building and the one is in the seaward intake. So the cable will communicate with the cable from the PLC. It will connect with your marshalling Profibus marshalling panel. So from there it will connect to the controller. Direct communication. Marshalling panel to controller, it is direct Profibus. And the controller will do the remaining things. It will show the indication in your graphics. This is the way it is communicated. And this is the sequence indication. If you run some sequence, you will get the step number and the running indication. This is off indication, sequence off step. So off indication and the arrow mark in white color. So this is going to run sequence, and this is the next one is for the on indication. When you start the sequence, this is running, sequence is running, and running indication is this arrow mark, and it is in which step? Step number 1, and it is running. But this one is the end of the sequence. Running is started, white color running indication, right? The step number. So this is means this is the last step. Sequence running, last step. It is in the last step, and this is off in the last step. And you have the percentage for PID controllers. We will show you the percentage of opening here. In an existing plant, I think you don't have the actuator feedback. Actuator feedback you have it, but the display will be in PID controllers. All the display will be only the actuator feedback. If you give some command to the field to open the valve, control valve, I want to 50% to open. So you will enter the command, but what was you entered, that will not be displayed in the faceplate, I think. Only the feedback will be displayed in the faceplate.
Where? In the existing system?
Existing system.
No, the signal which you are giving is displayed in there.
No.
Which one is? Suppose you give 50% and give command for 50%, it will create 50%.
But signal is coming, that is the feedback, right?
Feedback from position transmitter.
Other side.
يعني اللي بتعطيه يجي نفسه. يعني لو فتحت 20 تعطيه 20 برا وبيعطيه نفس الفتحة اللي يبغاها، صح ولا لا؟
عن طريق البوزيشن.
عن طريق البوزيشن، بس هو يقول لا.
هو يقول ما يبين.
ايوه.
Okay. Here we have the separate indication, like it will show your command also what was the percentage you entered, and it will show the feedback also. So this is not from the two different things. No actuator separate, no controller separate. It is same, only 2-core cable, Profibus cable. So this 2-core cable only will get the actuator signals also, and it will set the command also. So that is the use of the Profibus. So when you use Profibus, you no need to take more cables from the field. We use only 2 panels for all the field instruments like your transmitters and control valves. We use only the 2 panels. Here we have almost some 800 transmitter signals is connected only with these 2 panels. So all over the plant, there are no different marshalling panels other than this. So what will happen if you use the Profibus? From this two, only same cable will communicate with your actuator also, and it will communicate with your command signal also. Like your motorized valve also, you have the only this 2-core cable, but it will give you all the indications. torque open, torque close, feedback open, so percentage of open. So this everything is available only from this two core of cable. You no need to use separate cables. Normally in all the plants you will use, for open feedback you will use 2-core cable. For close feedback you will use 2-core cable. So this everything is reduced. For one instrument only 2 cables, 2-core cable. This is the concept here.
What is the principle? Can you explain it a little bit? Actually, we don't have much idea about this.
Which one?
This Profibus.
Yes, Profibus we have the topic, I will explain you that.
This?
And again, this is for the local operation indication. If something put in local, some switch gear, you operate the pump or motor from switch gear, you will get this kind of information, local operation. Or you can operate, here all the things can be operated from local also. Your switch gears, pumps, all pumps we have the provision to operate from local also. So but the operator should give the command to field. You can able to operate the local, so I will give you the permission. So that permission operator can give. So operator will give this kind of permission to local. There is an option, we have local and DCS selection. So the CCR operator will decide this should run in local or this should run from DCS. He can decide and he can give the command to the field operator. And the field operator can start the pump and stop the pump if he has the permission, like this. And the safety mode indications, this is not used here. Manual mode, auto mode, simulation test. This all the indications will be showed in the faceplate of that object. So if you select a motor, you will get this kind of information if it is activated. And this signals, this is the operator node. You get this kind of symbol in the faceplate. If you click this one, you will go, it will open the pop-up window and you can enter the operator node. And the sequence step modes. This is used to skip the step or bypass the step in the sequence. For that purpose we can use this one. If this is selected in the faceplate, you can skip the step. That particular step you can skip and you can enter into the sequence whenever you want. So that option is available here. If operator wants, suppose if when you do the backwash, you don't want to do the as-core blower, you can skip that step. So that can be done using these buttons.
start the backwash directly. هذا النظام موجود في ار 3. يعني انا ما ابغى الاير سكوت تشتغل، ابغى الباك واش، خلاص ينقز على الباك واش عن طريق السيجنال.
And again, these are the symbols used for the PID faceplates. You will get the mode selection and the internal and external. This is the important. Internal set point and external set point. Like in PID controller, the set point either can be decided by the operator or it can be decided by the some logic. Logic is having some calculated value and the value should be the set point of the PID controller. So if you put internal mode, you have the internal mode option. This is the internal mode. If you put that mode, operator only can enter the set point. What is the level? Suppose if you take the flow set point, I need the inlet flow like this much. So operator can decide and calculate and decide the flow. But if you put the external set point, we already have some calculation for seawater intake, maybe the inlet flow, DM of inlet flow. We calculate your number of filters in line, number of about your level in the filter water tank, and so this number of filter in rinsing. So this all we will calculate, and this is the flow needed. You have to put this flow. So that guidance will be available from this external set point. So if you put the external set point, you no need to monitor the that set point. This much flow is going. So that you no need to monitor. It will automatically take the flow and it will automatically control your inlet flow. So all controllers have this kind of operation. That will be explained by the process people how they are controlling. And these are the permissive signals. Like you have some start permissive for the pump and stop permissive for the pump. For that, if something is not satisfied,